I'm basically going to be giving you a quick overview of the tutorial. Your fabric should be on fold. You need to determine how long you want your sleeves to be, as well as how wide you want them to be. There's going to be an elastic casing at the top, as well as at the bottom. You'd also need to come in by 3.5 inch, determine the armhole for the off-shoulder dress or top you're making, impute whatever you have, and cut that out. Once I was done with this step, I came in by 3 inches at the bottom, and I merged this to the lower part of the armhole. This step is optional because you're going to have an elastic band at the bottom, and it should look like this. So here's our main tutorial. Your fabric should be on fold, and for the width I used 16 inches, and for the length I wanted a 3/4 sleeve. Remember to leave the space for the elastic casing at the top and at the bottom when measuring the length of your sleeves. For me, I marked 2 inches for the elastic casing on top, and I connected the 2 inches all the way across. I also decided to fold the elastic casing in place so it doesn't get in the way of what we're doing. The next thing would be to come in by 3.5 inch from the side at the top. Mark the 3.5 inch down. Determine the armhole for the off-shoulder dress or the top you're making. So for me, I had 5.5 inches. So when you check yours, whatever that is, mark that down at the point where you have your 3.5 inch mark from top all the way to the side. And then I'll connect with a slight curve from top to the side with a free hand. Nothing fancy. And then I'll cut this out. Once I was done, I would open up the elastic casing part and I'll curve this out properly. The next thing would be to come in by 3 inches from the bottom. And then I'll connect this to the lower part of the armhole. This step is optional because you're going to have an elastic band at the bottom. So I'll cut this out and I'll be left with the last step. So the last step would be to impute the elastic casing for the bottom part. So for me, the elastic casing was 1.5 because my elastic band was 1 inch and I had 0.5 for the sewing allowance. So that's basically all about the pattern for the off-shoulder puff sleeve. I'm going to trace this to my fabric. So here is my traced pattern on my fabric, and the first thing I'm going to do is to hem the top and the bottom part. You have to fold it in twice and run a straight stitch all the way across. You have to do this for the top and the bottom part. Once you're done with this step, the next step would be to insert the casing for the elastic band. And then pin this down all the way across for the top and also for the bottom part. And then I'm going to run a straight stitch to secure this. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to do the same for the bottom part. Here is the space for the elastic band. And here is what it looks like. The next step would be to insert the elastic band. So I'm going to use my pin and I would insert that all the way across. And once you're done, you're going to run a zigzag stitch at both sides just to secure the stitches, to secure the elastic band. So you just run a zigzag stitch all the way at the sides, and then I'll repeat the same process for the bottom part. And once you're done, then you turn it to the wrong side of the fabric. Determine that the armhole you have for the dress or the top you're making is still intact for your sleeve as well. So once you're done, I'm just going to run a straight stitch all the way across to join the sides together. And you should have something like this depending on the texture of your fabric. So I'm going to connect the armhole of the sleeve to the armhole of the dress I'm making. I'll pin this together down, and then I'll run a straight stitch. And by the time you're done with this, it should look like this. And we're basically done. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how I made this silky outfit. Thank you so much for waiting till the end of this video. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how I made that outfit I just showed you. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell so you don't get to miss any of my videos. I am sorry for any weird and long pauses you had in the video. This is actually my very first video, and I promise to improve in the next one. So thank you and bye.